Hello all, welcome to this session. In today's session, we are going to discuss an important topic. A recent research has been highlighting a very important fact that rampant groundwater pumping is actually changing the tilt of Earth's axis. We already know that how groundwater extraction is not at all good, and now a study has showcased how the groundwater pumping happening over the years for decades, it is actually causing a lot of changes in the Earth, and there has been a change in the tilt of Earth's axis. So in today's session, we are going to discuss on the topic. So let's start. So a recent study has been claiming that during the period of 1993 to 2010, this is a particular period, the net water that has been extracted, the net quantity of water that has been extracted from the underground reservoirs is about, we can say the numbers is 2150 gigatons, and it's a very huge number. And if this underground reservoirs, they are getting depleted, and so much of extraction has resulted into the major phenomena. That is, what we are witnessing is that the North Pole is shifting nearly 80 centimeters east. So this North Pole shifting that has been coming up, it is really a concern for the scientists and all the people around the globe. So what scientists have actually detected, if you go by the results that have come out, the results say that they have detected a measurable tilt in the Earth's axis of rotation due to an anthropogenic factor, and that is extraction of groundwater. Now, groundwater extraction can happen for various reasons, and now we are witnessing where the groundwater extraction is happening at a reckless rate. So research published in the journal Geophysical Research Letters recently this year has reported about it, and the researchers are claiming that during the period of 1993 to 2010, this, if you look at the amount of water that has been extracted, it is the basic reason, reason behind the phenomenon of shift in this North Pole. Now, a wobbling of the Earth, if we talk about a tilt of the axis on which any celestial object spin, tends to be actually very much stable. But small changes do occur when large masses shift location inside the planet on its surface. So if you could say, it's like every mass that is moving around on the surface of the Earth can change the rotation axis. So astronomers can actually track such motions in the Earth's axis by observing the causes, which are the bright centers of distant galaxies that constitute practically immobile points of references. So the largest axis change is very much seasonal in character, and it is triggered by the motion of atmospheric masses as the weather and season continue to change. So this effect, if we talk about, this is the reason that causes the Earth geographic poles to wobble up to several meters every year. Talking about the factors that have been affecting the Earth's rotation is that factors contributing to polar motion, they include weather, they include seasonal changes, it also includes the molten core and powerful hurricanes. So polar motion, when we talk about, it is the movement of the Earth's rotational axis relative to its crust, reflecting the influence of the material exchange and mass redistribution of each layer of the Earth on Earth's rotation axis. So generally talking about, the polar motion is caused by changes in the hydrosphere, changes in the atmosphere, changes in the oceans or solid Earth. So talking about Earth's geographic north and south poles are where it axis intersects the surface. So however, if we look at these, they are not very much fixed. So the axis and hence the poles, they tend to fluctuate due to variations in the Earth's mass distribution. In the past, if we talk about, the poles drift was only caused by natural forces, like it could be due to ocean currents and the convection of heated rock deep beneath, which is present beneath the Earth. But the new research that has been coming up, it pitched the redistribution of groundwater as a primary culprit of the drift. So if we look at the extraction that is happening recklessly over the years, it is actually leading to this phenomena. So we cannot say there's only one factor that has been affecting Earth's rotation, but there are multiple factors to it. So water's role, if we talk about, a very important role is being played by water in altering the Earth's rotation. It was actually way back in 2016 that this was discovered. And until now, if we talk about, the contribution of groundwater to drift has been very much unexplored. Now, this study that has come up recently, this finding, it's talking about the Earth's tilt, and it is talking about the groundwater pumping, that it has tilted Earth nearly 80 centimeters east, and time period here we are considering is 1993 to 2010. So the water the water circulated across the planet, it actually determines how mass is distributed. So between this period from 1993 to 2010, people, they have been pumping such huge gigatons of water, or you could say more than 6 millimeters of sea level increase. So there has been a very significant impact that we are witnessing on the polar drift, and this excessive groundwater pumping has caused the Earth's pole to drift at a rate of 4.3 centimeters per year between 1993 to 2010, making it the climate-related factor with the greatest impact on the polar motion. So when we are redistributing water from the mid-latitudes, significantly it influences the polar drift. Therefore, if we talk about the location of redistribution, it is something that determines polar drift. Very important here. So during the study period, the most of the distribution occurred in Western North America and Northwest India, both of which are located at the middle latitudes. Another significant thing that has been witnessing over here is the impact of groundwater pumping on sea level rise. Now, groundwater pumping contributed to a sea level rise of actually 6.24 mm during the mentioned period, and pumping from the mid-latitude areas, such as if we talk about the Northwest India and the Western North America, has the most substantial influence on Earth's axis drift. Now, this Earth's axis drift that is being getting influenced over here, one thing that we have to understand is that over the years, as we are becoming more commercialized, more industrialized, the demand for water has been rising. We are using fresh water for ample of sources, and this fresh water, not only in industries, not only for household purposes, but for ample of the uses it is there. And when we are extracting so much of groundwater, there are no proper regulations anywhere as of now, and this is seriously leading to an impact of the polar drift. Now, what will be the impact on the polar drift if we talk about? The rotational pole normally changes by several meters within about a year. So changes due to groundwater pumping don't run the risk of shifting seasons. But on geological timescales, polar drift can have a huge impact on the climate also. And we are already witnessing a lot of changes in the climate. So what are the recommendations that have been coming? As per the study, there have been it's showing that since it's a big concern for all of us, so attempts to slow down groundwater depletion rates should be there, and especially in the sensitive regions. If you look at, there are certain important sensitive regions that the report highlights, which need to actually slow down their groundwater depletion rates. And if we can slow it down, it can theoretically alter the change in drift, but only if such conservation approaches are sustained for decades. So it all comes to the point that we have to save water. We have to actually, for whatever purposes is, we have to find the alternative sources, and reckless use of groundwater. If you look at groundwater, it is being used in the agriculture sector, it is being used in industries, it is being used in household purposes, and not in just, it's not a phenomenon of just urban areas, but even in rural areas. So the approach, the measures have to be here very, very balanced. Then only we can come out for a solution. Otherwise, if you look at, it's going to pose a serious, serious threat to everyone and threat to the humanity. So talking about the significance of this study, the study over here is really very important, and since it is emphasizing the need to address groundwater depletion, and also it talks about the consequences that everybody who is going to face on a global scale. So this finding underscores the importance of considering groundwater depletion as a crucial factor in analyzing Earth's rotational dynamics and rising sea levels. With this, we end the session here. Thank you.